too, y'all, I'm not going to get really detailed on putting this together. I just want to show you little tidbits of how I'm putting it together. So anyway, the first thing you're going to need to do is identify what all the parts are, or what all the pieces that came in this box are. So I've spent time doing that, just kind of looking over. I've kind of figured out what goes where, and so now that I've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing the base of the house together, the frame, and then all that. That way I can let that dry overnight, because I want it to get good and dry. So it comes with, and I did figure out that it does come with like a finished floors. Isn't that neat? And so here, this one is actually the bottom floor. This one will be the second, to go to the second level, because you have the cutout for the stairs. And then the other one is going to be the floor for the attic. Okay. So, and then you of course got your two sides that I've got here. So you've got one side and then the other side. And then this piece, of course, is the front of the house. Okay, so let's start with just kind of gluing these together. And y'all, this is my first time, but I'm just going with it and hoping for the best. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, the instructions say make sure that it fits in the grooves. Make sure it fits in the grooves. Now this one, okay, that fits good. And then I'm going to go, hopefully it's not too close there, and make sure it fits in the grooves. Okay. So I know that it's going to fit. So I'm going to go, I think, I don't really know how much it matters. Let me look at the instructions. Which one is which? So I'm looking at the instructions, and see, it tells me to go ahead. I'm going to be putting the side and putting these together. Okay. This is actually fairly simple once you figure out what things are. And if you were here and saw my first video, you would know that I'm like, what is this? So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put glue. And I am using wood glue. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue down here. You want to put enough but you don't want it to be seeping out. So I'm kind of running it along the edge. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put this piece in here. Okay. And I'm going to turn this, and you're going to have to, like, I'm having to do this by myself here. So I'm just doing the best I can. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to add glue down in this one as well. And actually, let me see if I can make it easier on myself. And I'm going to take that out for a second. And let me go ahead and get all my glue. I'm a little glue happy here, so I just want to make sure it stays together well. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this back in here. Make sure you have the floor side going up. And I got a little glue on there, so I'm going to wipe it off. And then I'm going to grab the top floor. The top floor is this piece. So I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to hold these up while this is going to fit in place. Make sure you're getting it up in there the way and kind of square it up. I'm going to hold my piece as I'm doing this. I am doing this by myself here. My poor hubby came home from work so exhausted. Okay, so I think the best thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna put glue on this side, and then I'll be able to put that piece on. Okay, so the mistake I made was trying to glue it standing up. So I turned it to the side. I think this is gonna work better. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this together, just like this. And I'm gonna make sure, you wanna make sure that you're squaring things up. So that's what I'm going to do. Make sure I am squaring everything up. Ooh, see, look at that. So you can do that by using, I think there's a wood pieces. There's some little wood pieces that came. You can stick it down inside, and look, I just pushed it out. This is hard to do this part when you're by yourself. But I can't ask my hubby. He is way too tired. And I want to do this. So anyway, I'm going to make sure I get this all squared up. Go ahead and put the bottom piece on, and I'll let you see. Got it all taped off. I'm just using painter's tape. I don't have any masking tape, but just as long as it will hold it. But as you see, it's looking pretty good. Make sure you use these. They have these pieces that have X on them. You can use them to make sure everything is square. See, that looks good. That looks good. So you want to make sure that everything is squared. Now I'm just going to leave this. I'm going to leave this overnight and move on to the next step tomorrow. Tomorrow I will paint the outside. I also am going to go ahead after this dries and put the front on. There's the front right over there. So I'm going to put the front on, but I want to let this dry for a little bit first. But anyway, that is the progress so far. I think it's set up pretty good so far, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put glue all around the edge. So I can put, this is going to be the front of the house. So, gonna go, if I can put it on, I'm going to try to not make a huge mess out of this. And I'm going to glue all the way around and pop that front on. I'm getting a little glue inside, but that's okay. I'll be able to remedy that in the end. So I'm going to go ahead all the way around with my glue, and we'll put the front on. And now I'm going to pop this on, line it up. And it's just popping right down in place, so pretty good there. I do have a little glue drip, so I'm going to have to clean that up. And I'm going to make sure everything's nice and square. Make sure my glue, if you get glue on it, it's not the end of the world. And there you go. Now I'm going to put something heavy on this, and I am going to let it dry. See my glue? Dana probably put too much glue, but it's okay. It'll be fine because I haven't painted it yet, and I'll be able to paint it. So anyway, that is the end of this part, and hope you'll come back for the next one. Bye.